Ladies and gentlemen, is a man who was voted the Pepsi Offensive Rookie of the Year for this NFL season. Absolute legend from the Commanders. Ladies and gentlemen, Jayden Daniel.
Jayden!
Oh, thank you.
Okay. That's Baby Cooch. Good boy.
Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that. Wow. Got some hardware.
That's awesome. How you doing?
And a sweet Pepsi jacket.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
Jayden, thank you for making time,
Big
man.
Mitch.
Yeah. Hey. Congrats, man.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate that.
There's a lot
Appreciate
more where
that.
this came from.
Hell yeah.
A lot more where this came from. Okay, so it was an honor to watch you play football this year.
Appreciate that.
Just want to let you know that. So we saw C.J. Stroud, his rookie year, do what he did for the Texans, and everybody said, wow, this is never going to happen again. And then you just get dropped in literally a year later and have a similar-like year, similar-like run. You look so comfortable against those defenses. Why do you think you did make the transition so easily? Was it the offense you were running? Do you think it was the amount of football you played in college? What do you think it was that made it a seamless transition?
I think it's the amount of football I played in college, and I just think like the coaching staff with DQ and all them did. Like I just think they made that transition so easy and comfortable.
Yeah, but it's not like rookie quarterbacks panic. That is like kind of the thing.
Yeah.
Rookie quarterbacks panic. That's why defenses are trying to bring it. There were stats against you that was like, yeah, a guy actually never panics. Is that just, you think that's who you are as a person?
For sure. Yeah, that's just who I am. Like I'm just cool, calm, like whatever, like on a daily basis.
Do you know your football IQ? College, do you think the NFL game is better suited for you than the college game? Or do you think you just naturally were able to see what the fuck a defense was doing? Like, why do you think that? Like, legitimately, do you think it came to you easy, or what are your thoughts?
I think just how I study, like my preparation. Like obviously, like my IQ, like I pride myself on having a high IQ. So just going from there is like, all right, how can I take my game to another level? Because I know the defense is going to, like, coordinator's going to try to mess with my eyes and stuff like that and get me to make mistakes.
Yeah, and they didn't. So, congratulations on
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting paid millions of dollars
Oh, yeah.
to feast on you. AJ has a question for you, Jayden.
Yeah, you mentioned Dan Quinn, your head coach. What about your coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury? He seems to be a guy that's obviously always super fashionable. We see him walking in the game.
So cool.
You know, 3 buttons down, 4 buttons down, nice suit on. What's he like on the headset? What was it like working with him every single day?
Man, if you know Cliff, like Cliff is the coolest guy ever. Like
Always?
like,
Even
always
in game, too?
always fashionable. In game, he kind of gets like he might get a little pissed off, he might get a little ramped up and stuff like that. But other than that, man, Cliff is cool. Like on a daily basis, you could go to Cliff and talk to him about anything.
So, brand new vibe in the building. You don't know that because it's your first year over there. But I'm assuming the fans have told you, like, hey, thank you so much for getting us out of the hellhole that we've been in for, the last 3 decades, basically, in this
Hey, I
entire
got
thing?
I got a couple of those.
Fans very appreciative, I assume?
Yeah, we were on the plane. Me and my mom flying here, and then one of the fans told my mom, like, your son's, like, not knowing I was sitting right next to her because I was all covered up. And it told my mom, like, your son saved my life.
I've heard your mom talk a few times. She's awesome.
Yeah, she is. She right there.
Hey, Mom.
Mom, what up? Hey, single for the rest of his life.
I don't know about that.
I'm gonna come on your show and tell the real story.
Okay, sounds good to me. We watched that video. We loved everything about it because she's looking out for you, and it feels like your family, everything over there is beloved. So good for you. D-Bud has a question for you.
Yeah, AJ asked you about Cliff, and I just want to ask you, how much input did you have going into the game plan? Because watching you talked about what defenses try to do to rookie quarterbacks. I felt like you guys are almost on attack mode, played more up-tempo than anybody, went for it on 4th down more than anybody. How much input did you have going into the week-to-week game plan?
A lot. I mean, there was times like me and Cliff, like we'll practice something, and like if I didn't like it, like I'll go to Cliff office. I'm not gonna do it in person, but I'll go like his office, like, hey Cliff, I don't like that. Like that gotta go.
Yeah.
Like cut that. And we might have like a little debate of like, oh no, I think it'll work to this, and then I'm like, all right, I'll give you one more try. And if I didn't like it, or like he didn't like it, look right, he's cutting stuff out the playbook.
Love that.
That's a veteran mindset, though. You know, like, did he tell you early, like, hey, I'm going to need you to act like a 28-year-old, 29-year-old. This is your team?
Nah, he
It's
just said
not always easy for a rookie to come in and be a leader.
He told me, like, because I knew Cliff prior, like, because when I was at ASU, he was at Arizona. So, like, we crossed paths a couple times, but I just knew, like, we had that relationship. And as we built it, he was like, hey, like, you can come to me. Like, if you don't like something, like, just let me know. And I was like, all right, bet. And there was sometimes where it was like, we'll practice something. I'm like, yeah, Cliff, I don't like it. Like this got to go.
Yeah, that's good though. You're going to continue to do that. There's going to be players you don't like that are on offense with you. You need to let that be known too, brother. They go as you go, Jayden. That's for real. Tone has a question for you.
Jayden, you played the Eagles 3 times this year, so you know better than anybody what makes that defense so good. Even though I think you put 30 on them a couple times, so
they got a whole bunch of superstars. Yeah, a whole bunch of talented players. I just think like their scheme, like those guys are flying around the ball. You can see like they're making plays. They're playing with confidence and swagger. So it's gonna be fun to see them show up on Sunday.
NFC East.
Yeah.
In the NFC Championship. Wow.
NFC Beast.
Wow. Connor has a question for you, Jayden.
Yeah, Jayden, can you talk about the VR that a lot of these young quarterbacks are using and some of the older ones? Like
he uses it for different reasons.
I use it for something you don't even want to know about. Okay?
Well, maybe.
We can talk about off the record.
That's true. If you're going to be single, maybe we can have
talk about off the record.
Yeah, it might be an off the record combo. But can you talk about how that helps with preparation? And did that kind of contribute, do you think, to the just electrifying season that you had?
For sure. I just think just me be able to get more like reps mentally without having to put any physical stress on my body. Like I don't have to go out there, throw on some cleats, warm back up, try to throw some footballs. It's like, no, I could just sit in the quarterback room, sit in the chair, and just literally just flick my wrist, kind of literally like this.
Damn.
Did you ever who confused you this year? Anybody?
Who confused me?
Yeah. You remember any defense and just being like, oh,
shit.
Well,
Steelers.
The Steelers tried to play man against us the whole game.
Fools.
I would say Baltimore did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baltimore for sure.
Just brought it or what? They were disguising? They made you confused?
Disguise, like they'll do it. Like Kyle Hamilton, bro. Like it was time he lined up in the line of scrimmage and running 30 yards back at the snap of the ball. Just like, bro, like,
what's wrong with this guy?
It's crazy.
Yeah, there's only gonna be more of that. But I think the more you see, like, was there later in the season where somebody would show you something that you saw like week 3 or 4, and you're like, oh, I remember this?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's kind of what Philly. You know, as you play teams more and more. Like Philly, Tampa Bay, like teams I played the second time, I was kind of like, okay, this is how they played me the first time. I'm like, and I'm seeing it way clearer. And I'm just like, hey, like I kind of know what y'all are doing. I know what you guys are doing, but you guys are trying to show me something else. But it's just little keys I was picking up on.
You're going to be dangerous. Last question here from Tosh Schmidt.
Yeah, Pat mentioned how, there's going to be guys on offense that, you might not want there. Well, for the first time in, basically a lot of people's lifetimes, like, the Commanders are a destination where anytime like a new player, a Pro Bowler, free agent, or whether it's a trade, people are saying like, hey, they want to go play in Washington because what you guys have done. Have you had any conversation about that, about guys you maybe want to bring in, or like how does that feel knowing that like the Commanders are a destination to go play for a lot of really talented players now? Yeah.
Nah, I haven't had no conversation about that because I was still trying to get over this loss. I wish I was playing in the game instead of, doing this right now. But that's kind of where I haven't had no conversation yet. But, I mean, it's just cool to see how people want to come play for us, draft. They want to get drafted by us, come be a part of the Washington Commanders. I know the fans are excited about that, too.
You're going to have a new stadium. You're going to have a new feel, new team. It all started right here with this. Obviously, you remember this. This is when we thought maybe Team of Destiny. This isn't supposed to happen here, Jayden. And obviously, as you huck this thing perfectly, we watch you, and you like think. I think you thought there was hope the entire time. Obviously, you have to.
For sure.
But then when this works out, you think to yourself, maybe the football gods are about to bless us here. Is there a thought of that?
Bro, I didn't know, like, what happened. Like, my reaction was so delayed. Like, it was like kind of how Noah Brown is. Like, Noah Brown caught the ball, was looking, and then start getting all hyped up, and I was the same way.
Holy hell.
I didn't know what happened. Like everybody else started going crazy. Everybody's running off the field. I'm just like, what just happened?
Yeah, you did it. And it was at that moment you guys would rattle off a bunch, and Chicago go the complete opposite direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fired 5 guys with this play. Hey,
Attaboy.
way to go, Jayden. Way to go. Yeah. Congratulations on being the Pepsi Offensive Rookie of the Year. We assume there'll be more hardware coming tonight throughout the rest of your career. We'll be honored to watch. You're the man.
Man, appreciate y'all.
Thanks for making time.
Thanks for having
Ladies
me.
and gentlemen, the Pepsi Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jayden Daniels. We appreciate you, man. Okay, we're going to go to a hard out to a break here. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, there it is.
Boom.
You did it. You did it, dude.
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll be back on the other side. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life.